While humanity is stuck within four walls, the pollution rate in the environment drastically falls. The vulnerable nature finally gets a chance to heal, while people are suffering the COVID-19 ordeal. As endangered species resurface and water bodies cleanse themselves on a fast pace, we witness the environment benefiting from the same deadly virus which has forced this lockdown upon us. This is a wake up call for all. If we don't appreciate the environment, one by one, we will all fall. If the human race wishes to survive, it is our responsibility to keep the nature alive.
Coronavirus pandemic that has taken its toll on the entire world has had some surprising impacts on the environment in the short span of 6 months.
As countries make concerted efforts to try to contain the spread of this disease, the biosphere seems to be thriving. Pollution and greenhouse gas emissions have fallen across the globe as industries are locked down. Air quality has gotten better in many countries like Italy and China. Species are returning to their natural habitats. The water bodies of Venice and India have become cleaner. The hole in the ozone layer is getting smaller.
Perhaps the environment is the one silver lining during this time of crisis and distress. Or maybe our Mother Nature is trying to tell us something.
Goats are wreaking havoc in the streets of Wales and UK. A herd of deer was seen marching in Haridwar in India and monkeys from Lopburi, Thailand. As we withdraw, nature quickly takes over and we must not underestimate its power. Animal trade and trafficking can be expected to see a decline.
So, living in the UAE during this pandemic has been a tough situation, but it's been good for the environment. Noticing that the capital, Abu Dhabi, has recorded a 50% decrease in nitrogen dioxide. So that is incredible, and that's compared to mid-February. Since the traffic movement and ban on traffic, it has honestly made such a difference. The carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide have decreased incredibly, and it's definitely had an impact on the air around me. It's great for the environment.
In Venice, tourism is on a rollback. The canals and lagoons have become cleaner due to less traffic and boats. These are satellite images of the same place taken just 1 year apart. Ganges, the second most polluted river in the world in India, has seen significant improvement in water quality as industrial effluents are reduced drastically. The dissolved oxygen in the river increased from 3.8 milliliter per liter to 6.8.
Hi everyone, my name is Taya. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and we're not in quarantine or lockdown or anything like that, and life is going as normal here, and therefore the environment hasn't really been affected by the COVID situation. Of course, we are a very sustainable country and we really care about our environment always, but you can definitely see how the virus has affected Europe or other parts of Europe like Italy and Spain, France, in very good ways environmentally. You know, greenhouse gases are going down, oceans are clearing up, so in that sense, at least there's something positive coming from it. But yeah, life's pretty normal here. Bye!
However, the biggest positive environmental effect can be seen in the place none other than ground zero of the virus, China. Coal use fell by 40% in China, which resulted in the last quarter, which resulted in 25% fall in the emissions.
La France est gravement affectée par le coronavirus. Nous sommes malheureusement le 4e pays le plus touché au monde, avec 137 000 cas de coronavirus et 15 000 décès, ce qui est beaucoup trop. Les régions les plus touchées sont celles de l'Est et de l'Île-de-France. C'est là que l'épidémie a commencé en France. Nous sommes confinés depuis le 17 mars et le président de la République Emmanuel Macron a annoncé hier que ce confinement prendrait normalement fin le 11 mai. Donc, cependant, cette phase de déconfinement se ferait progressivement, donc tout ne réouvrira pas tout de suite. En France, nous avons eu deux problèmes majeurs, notamment avec la réanimation. En fait, dans le service de réanimation, dans les hôpitaux, nous n'avons pas assez de matériel et pas assez de place. Donc, nous avons dû transférer plusieurs patients de ville en ville ou même dans d'autres pays. Et nous n'avons pas assez de masques, en fait. Pas assez pour les soignants, donc encore moins pour toute la population. Donc, nous avons dû en acheter en Chine, mais il n'y en a toujours pas assez. Et pour finir, les épreuves du bac ont été annulées, sauf l'épreuve de l'oral de français pour les premières.
There seems to be a healing effect on the non-human affairs of this planet. Since Yosemite National Park closed to visitors, the bobcats and black bears have commandeered the roadways. Pandas in a Hong Kong zoo have engaged in reproductive activities. Smog over Los Angeles has finally cleared up, and the snow-capped Himalayas are visible from northern India for the first time. But the question we need to ask ourselves is this the way we intended change to come about?
You and I are amongst the lucky people who have access to clean water and sanitation, but 4.2 billion people globally lack that. There are many whose livelihood depends on working with animals in meat markets and unsanitary conditions.
Focusing on the positive impacts of coronavirus paints a partial picture. For example, in the UK, people who are unable to work are still getting 80% of their salary. But lower income countries cannot afford that. In those countries, people are turning to exploiting natural resources in order to fill their stomachs while their jobs are gone. We cut trees, we kill the animals or cage them and send them to the markets. We disrupt ecosystems and shake the viruses from their natural hosts. What happens then? They need a new host, and often we are the new host.
A global pandemic that is claiming people's lives shouldn't be seen as a mean of bringing in environmental change. Like researchers from many deemed universities have said, this is not a sustainable way to reduce emissions. The positive gains are only short-term, and what happens when the pandemic gets over and the pollution levels bounce back?
Next time, we should be able to prevent such a situation from ever happening. This is not a time to withdraw or slacken environmental protection acts like countries such as the US are doing, but to make environmental laws even more stringent. We must not let greed for money blind us towards the state of our ecology.
COVID-19 is teaching us that our eagerness for creation should not result in the destruction of the planet. Since the past century, there has been an exponential boom in the population of humans, resulting in overexploitation of resources. This global pandemic is a wake-up call for everyone.
We, as ESS students of Navrachna International School, Vadodara, batch of 2021,
would like to take this opportunity
To remind everyone
That if we do not take care of Mother Earth,
She will find a way to take care of herself.
We urge you
to appreciate
and value
the resources that we have and be grateful.
because there is no planet B.
stay safe, stay at home,
stay
and go
and
green.
go.